Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DeAndre Swanson coming to you live once again, man, from the Oval Office, from my spot up here, the sanctuary. Got my little bow tie on today, the little hanky in my pocket, man. I'm feeling good. We had, 6 days off, thanks to these inclement weather days. So we had an extended break, which did me a lot of good because I got the opportunity to reconnect, kind of hang out with Moye for Valentine's Day, and that was very lovely. But in addition to that, I got to get ahead in some of my schoolwork. So I got a bunch of these assignments done, so I can kind of chill for about a week or so. I actually just finished writing the paper. So, yeah, wanted to hop on real quick and try to share a bit of love and positivity over the airways. Y'all know how I do it. And today's word, I think I want to go with the word standard, okay, or standards, okay? And the reason why I wanted to use that is because one thing for sure that's been happening up here with me and the kids is that I think that there has been maybe some misconception or misunderstandings, miscommunications that I have been sharing with particularly some young men. And I really want to try to get across to them the importance of some of the things that I talk about on a daily basis as a role model. As an administrator here at the middle school, I think it's important for people to see you not just talk about having your standards up here, but they also need to see that reflected in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that you dress, okay, and then and also in the way that you present yourself, professionally, in the way that you talk, in the way that you communicate, the way that you articulate yourself, how well written and well spoken you are. All these things I think help set or create a picture, a narrative behind who you truly are. And so I think that our standards send messages to people without us really even having to talk. They create a certain level of consistency with other people. The kids definitely know for sure that if they have to come and see me for something that they know they haven't met an expectation or they haven't lived up to a standard that I have set forth. And again, these standards are easier to enforce when you live them out yourself. I think that some of the worst leaders or some of the worst scenarios that I've ever found myself in is when people try to enforce standards or people try to enforce rules, regulations, policies, procedures that they themselves are not willing to uphold. And I'm gonna say that again, one of the worst things that I feel like I've ever experienced is having to get chastised or having to be corrected or having to be told something by somebody who is not willing to uphold the same standard that they are trying to enforce upon me. I think that it is vitally important, of paramount importance, that you are willing to walk that walk, in addition to being able to talk that talk. So when I tell a young man, pull your pants up, he's gonna see that I have a belt on and that my pants are up, and that my underwear, my behind's not showing. And it's some of the craziest stuff, in the world to me. And so again, I think that those standards help create a level of consistency for people to have an affirmed idea of who you are as a person. That's number one. Number two, these standards help in establishing your interpersonal communication, your communication with other individuals. I think that all these things are very important because that consistency and those standards help also determine a level of accuracy. Okay, when people start talking about you as a person or as an individual, your reputation, the way that you carry yourself and the way that you conduct yourself speaks, and those things kind of precede you to a certain degree. And I just think that that's very important. One of the biggest definitions when I went and looked this up, did a little bit of research on this. Standards are an idea or a thing that are used as a measure. Okay, a measure, a norm or a model of cooperative evaluations, comparative evaluations. So basically, comparison is a thief of joy. But let's be honest about this. We live in a world where, we compare things all the time, like things, similar things. LeBron and Jordan, there's some things that, we want to, try to argue about in terms of, their importance and their value. And at the end of the day, I think that it's important for me, again, interpersonally, it's important for me to know or to help people understand just where they stand with me. And a lot of times, in a lot of situations, because of the standards that I have upheld or tried to uphold, the things that I have tried to enforce, the way that I've raised my two boys, the type of husband that I think I am, the type of coach that I desire to be, the type of man that my parents have raised, and who it is that I just aspire to be on a daily basis. All those things are reflected in my standards. Standards is how we should be judging people, as opposed to what we see on the outside, as opposed to what we see they have in their pocketbook or in their wallet, and what they can do for us, man. So I just really wanted to get on real quick and talk to people about the importance, especially young people, man. You got some young people in your life, please like and share. I have actually finally started a YouTube channel where I upload these videos, and it's the Hip Hop Dean. If you want to search it and go find any of that, I talk about these word of the days. This is something inspirational. My mom kind of got me started on this. Shouts to Miss Patricia Ann Swanson back there in St. Louis. Love you, mama. And I appreciate the inspiration. But I definitely would like to continue to do this. Hopefully people get, something positive from this. And, this will help. I think that it's just really important, man. I think that there's a time that's coming, if we're not already there, where the people who have high standards, the people who have lofty goals and aspirations, are going to start separating themselves from the people who don't, man. And I want to be, counted in that number of individuals, man, who rises to the occasion, who has something substantive to say and offer the world. And obviously, man, put some positivity out here, because there's a lot of foolishness and negativity going on. And man, I just really want to take a look at your standards. Take a look at what it is that you believe is important, what you allow yourself to do, what you allow the people around you to do, how they conduct themselves, and be careful about that. Be mindful of the people in your inner circle, because that stuff definitely is going to come off of them and get on you. And if you're around a bunch of people who have lofty goals, who have high standards, man, there's only one direction for you to go, and that's for you to level up. All right, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.